So just doing a 3/4 cut here. She's had a couple balks, but decent setup. Oh, that's too bad. Probably hasn't had the time on the water. Just feeling everything out, and it's too bad. She's probably not too happy with that.
Well, not at all. And Jared, as we looked at her coming after the wakes into the bottom of the ramp, it looked like she was in good position there. Why she passed, I don't know. Tough break there for Brooke, but she'll come back strong. That's just the type of champion that she is.
Yeah, what's unique about this round, everybody's had some incredible skiing this weekend, and the open women, the mark to beat is 169 feet to go on to the Masters, and we have Hannah and Dominique tied going into this round. So whoever pulls out the longest jump this round will, unless someone else goes up and goes farther, but we got a real battle going on.
Yeah, it's amazing. They both jump 171 feet, and they both jump the same distance in meters. Just unbelievable that they're able to go that far and land in the exact same place. And as you can see right now on the screen, we've got our tech controllers out there getting ready to raise that ramp. The master himself out there, Jack Travers, what a phenomenal job they do out here at Sunset Lakes, and the whole Travers family puts in so much time for these events, and between John and Chris and everybody else, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's been an incredible weekend, some incredible scores. The weather's worked out pretty good for us. Yesterday, stopped us, but the kids have been skiing through the rain today, so incredible skiing. Like Federico, for a junior, he qualified yesterday. He ran 2 at 10 as a junior, and Hannah Kennedy is probably in the running. I haven't heard the official running, but she'll probably go in as overall. And Pagozzi ran an incredible slalom, ran 4 at 41, so that was the cut, and he a lot of great skiing, but we thought some guys were going to pull it off yesterday, but he did that first round. And then in tricks, Danny Felchenko actually tricked an amazing in the first round, tricked 11.460, and Russell came out in the second round and tricked 11.370, so it was right there. The cut was 10.9. Dorian was right there, had a great run and missed his ski line 5, so would have been over the minimum. So some great skiing. And then Zach and Rodrigo, first round, Zach went 225, and then Rodrigo came out and went 226 in the second round, and then Zach
227.
227, so that was incredible. So some incredible skiing, and we're going to right down here, see who's going to pull out, who's going to go for the women.
Well, it's going to get interesting as alrighty, Alicia Bagnoli is here on the water. Alice from Italy, and she skied well yesterday. She didn't quite get the distances that she needed to knock on the door for getting that free ticket to the Masters, but we'll see what she does in round 2.
Yeah, Leach is a 3-event skier. I don't know how much time she's been putting into her jump, but I don't think it's her favorite event, but she's going to try to get some solid scores here. Nautique new boat that they just launched. Everybody's been skiing phenomenal behind it, and especially the trick skiers have been loving it. The wakes, the way you can adjust it, everybody's been really happy with the performances.
Here we go, Jarrett. Jump number 1 for Alice.
Man, there seems to be a hole out there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're in good shape coming in, and
I mean, the conditions are ideal, though. The weather is just perfect. Maybe they're just miscalculating that the wind's stronger than they think it is, and they're pulling out 3/4 cut. You don't get much glide time, so they're turning and just not set up properly. So
we're going to get a verification of our skier here. That looks like Alice on the dock there, so let me just double check here. Okay, we're doing good. Bear with me here as we get a little settled in here. That is Alice on the water. My bad there. Valentina Gonzalez on the dock getting ready to go. That's who we saw.
see a little drone flying there.
Yeah, they've got some great video here this weekend. It's been fantastic. We've got the drones. We've got people up on the big crane up there.
Yeah, I think Les is in the driver's seat, so everything's dialed in this round, and the conditions are perfect. I think the rain has backed off, and we should see some huge scores coming up.
Well, Alice pulling out on a 3/4, going to get set up for her jump coming in, jump number 2.
Taking a nice easy cut here, a little early. Good warm-up, but just sliding out there, leaning back, and kind of actually never seen someone slide that well before. But here, like, this is just a nice easy turn, pretty decent. She's a little bit on her left ski. Coming across, goes through the wakes nice. Still a little early, but this should be in her first jump. Nice warm-up, nice extension off the top. Pretty much milking at everything she got, but just sits back here on the landing and falls to the outside, and kind of lucky that she didn't get the rope around her neck, but that can be dangerous right there.
Yeah, that looked awful. That looked a little spooky there, and it was a good-looking jump too. But so Alice Vagnoli coming in for her 3rd and final jump. She has to put one head of pass on jump number 1, Jarrett. Now has to come back on jump number 3 after spinning out on jump number 2 on her landing. So just to get a good scoring jump, she's got to ride this one out.
Definitely, this site's ideal for great jump scores over the years. Many world records, Sammy and Bruce Neville, and so this is a place to really come. This is early in the season, but you get really good scores here, sets you up for the rest of the season, gets you on the ranking systems, helps you out with the federations, possibly going to the under-21 Worlds or the Junior Worlds, the Pan Am Games. All these scores really count.
Well, for some of our pro skiers, the season has been underway with skiing at the Masters or the Moomba Masters already, getting ready for the U.S. Masters. Here we go, jump number 3.
Yeah, decent landing, similar to the second jump, and a little better landing, but decent score, and then that'll probably add to her overall scores. Overall score meaning she's done all her other events, and this is in a slalom trick jump, and that this will give her a solid performance.
Boy, some beautiful camera shots we're getting in here, and it's fun. Hank Longo along with Jarrett Llewellyn here in the production trailer at Sunset Lakes for World Water Skiers, and we're delighted that you're joining us on worldwaterskiers.com. As we're underway with the second round of the Open Women's Jump event here at the Masters Qualifier, and Valentina Gonzalez getting ready to come out next.
So on the water, Valentina Gonzalez, solid jumper, another 3-event skier.
So that's a good scoring jump, Jared. I mean, that's a very respectable jump, 141, and it gets her a good score to go along with the other 2 events for overall slalom, trick, and jump. Builds up the 3 events that you need, and her being a 3-event skier. And here's a little firecracker coming out right now, Valentina Gonzalez, and it'll be fun to watch her jump on these next 3 attempts coming up as she pulls out on her countercut.
Yeah, definitely a little more aggressive right here, right from the start. She pulls out at the 600, and she's going to get her wide on the boat here. Nice setup. She's a little slow, a little drifting back a bit, but nice warm-up jump.
Well, it looked like she might have been a little bit back on that one. She hit the ramp in the sweet spot, just, you know, right inside the middle of the ramp, and came up, but seemed to be back a little bit, maybe a tad bit early on that.
Yeah, she ran out of speed on that one, and subsequently drifted back on the boat. And when that happens, when she came out of the turn, she was standing on her left ski, and when she came across, not a lot of angle, and ended up being on the left and slipped on the ramp. Doesn't get her lift.
Opening jump for Valentina Gonzalez, 135, 41.1 meters. And boy, Jared, as we look here from these video shots that we're getting incredible shots out here at Jackson. You can see the whole lake and this beautiful 3-lake development they had here at Sunset Lakes. And the skiing doesn't get any better than this. And here comes Valentina on her countercut, getting ready to come in for jump number 2.
Yeah, hopefully she brought it down a little bit on that one. Keeps up her speed. Her first jump was a decent warm-up. Just took a look at it. Oh. Guess we'll get a other angle at that. Still a little bit early. She's drifting back here. Decent turn, and just not the angle. When she come off the wake, she kind of fell on the hole on the second side and kind of stumbled and just wasn't, I guess, probably looked from the angle that we were looking at there, was a little early and decided to let go.
And when you say she stumbled a little bit there, we're going to wait till we pick her up. We try not to talk about the skiers when they're in the water, but now she's up and going and really can hurt. You know, that could be a reason right there to let go of the rope. You know, if you come through and you feel a little bobble, that could be the safest thing to do, is to let go than to really try to recover and make the jump. And sometimes you can do that, but once you get turned and get set in that position, you don't want to be moving around at all. And so now it's going to come down to the same thing here for Valentina Gonzalez. It's a one-jump tournament for her here in round 2. And had a 135, a 41.1 on jump number 1, but then that pass on jump number 2 leaves her with a long ways to go. 171 is the distance to to beat right now, 52.1 meters. So it's all going to come down to this third and final jump for Valentina, and she can put them out there, but she's going to have to dial it all in right now.
Yeah, getting a good turn and getting some angle, loading up that hip, and getting through the wake is the key here. Good approach, better through the wakes. Nice extension off the top. Probably still a little bit early, not her best jump, but definitely she kind of left herself do or die on the last jump. So here replay, decent cut, and she went through the wake much better there, a little better out of the turn, and good extension, pretty much milked everything that she could on that jump with the speed that she had. Wasn't crazy wide, and wasn't carrying enough speed to probably make it a PB. Is this the outside mic? So Dominique Allard, next skier on the water, and she jumped incredible first round. Again, we were talking about the 52.1 that she's tied with Hannah to go on to the Masters. So conditions ideal, and Dominique from Canada, from Quebec, Canada, she is not one to hold back. She likes to take a rip at it, so getting out here nice and wide. See if she'll, pretty decent start just after the 600-foot buoy. Out nice and wide, carrying some speed. Decent turn. Nice lift, and nice warm-up to get it under her belt and feel out the conditions. In the replay here, just falling in the hole a little bit, coming off on her left ski just a bit, not getting everything out of that, but you know, the first jump, and she probably feels good about that. So 168 feet, really good jump. She definitely doesn't have the speed, and she's right up there where she was yesterday, and she'll be pretty pleased about that for just a warm-up jump.
A 168 for Dominique, and that's a fantastic opening jump. And that has to have her pumped up for, you know, jump number 2 and 3. She just really can't do a whole bunch more to change. Just kind of do the same thing and just maybe tweak it just a little bit.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna bring it down on the 6 this time and try to carry some speed. Great warm-up jump. See if she's a little later here. Good cut right on the corner there. Nice lift.
Well, I got to speak with her this morning kind of at breakfast time, and I said, great skiing yesterday. And she goes, well, I got to get in. You know, she knows she's got that tie going on.
You notice, wow, 171, great.
Okay, a
52.3, so she's up to
171, a 52.3 meter jump. And 171, and she jumped. They tied at 52.1 meters, so she's 2 meters farther than she was yesterday. The plot thickens, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness gracious.
The one thing that she's doing is she's fallen in the hole on the second side right after the wing. I call that the hole. But, she's just losing some speed. Ski's bouncing a little bit there. If she could lift her chest and could keep the speed up, she would sail.
Well, because Hannah might go the same, right? They might tie again.
Jump number 3 for Dominique Allard, and let's see if she can get out a little bit further. She is in the lead right now.
Yeah, she's brought it down on the 6 a little bit, and she's going to be a little more aggressive. Dominique is known for that. She does not go easy. She likes to hang it out. Nice. Good setup. Was definitely had some more speed in the turn. Still a little bit of stumble through the works, but got all her lift there, and 172. So she steps it up a little bit with a little bit of speed, and is going to put the pressure on Hannah here. That's some awesome jumping.
Wow, fantastic. 172, 52.5 meters. So she has taken the lead right now with that ticket into the Masters.
See Hannah on the dock there. She's given the driver all the instructions on where to put the boat, what letter to pick. Celeste Todd in the driver's seat, I believe, and
No, it's Alexandra. Okay, here we go with Alexandra Danishevsky coming in for her 3 jumps. And yesterday she had a jump of 153 was her long jump. So, excuse me, no, I'm sorry, 162.
really, really nice warm-up jump there. Not a ton of speed in the turn, but she went through the wakes really nice and got some lift on it. Really good warm-up. Nice edge out here. Good load on the line. Following that hole a little bit, going through the wakes, but just getting really good extension off the top of the ramp.
Okie dokie, here we go. Jump number 2 for Alexandra, and opened up with that good looking opening jump. Let's see what she can do on jump number 2.
We had a drone shot there. We didn't see the angle, but here on the replay, really nice setup, nice load. Went through the wakes actually a lot better and really good extension off there. Much better setup from that jump. She definitely brought it down on the 6, so you probably have to do the same thing and carry a little more speed in the turn.
Number 2 for Alexandra, 161, 48.9 meters. And as she comes back for jump number 3, here you get a beautiful look at the lake. And for those folks that are joining us at here at Sunset Lakes, they get to hear our live broadcast as we see it in the studio, as well as how we see it out there on the lake. And they're bringing Alexandra down for her 3rd and final jump. And this is where you just got to focus on the perfect jump, you know, and have a short-term memory and just come out here and know what you can do to jump over 171 feet.
Yeah, she's had 2 really good warm-up jumps here, but this is where it all hang out. Bring it down at the 6, carry some speed. She's got a nice edge out here. Still a little running out of speed, but not too bad setup. A little early at the bottom, but definitely gets nice extension off the ramp. But still, if she wants to push those distances, she's going to have to take some heat into the turn.
Okay, awaiting the distance here, and we'll have it for you in just 1 second. Well, that was awful close, Jarrett. As we said, she had to really turn it up a notch and bring it in on jump number 3. She did 168. So just a little bit shy there, catching up to Dominique's 172, 51.3 meters, and Dominique is at 52.5 as she's got to be just kind of hanging out and pacing around down there at the starting dock. 2 great days of jumping for Dominique, but you know, it all comes down to who jumps the farthest that has not qualified yet for the Masters. The gals that are jumping that are qualified aren't in this competition as far as the ticket to get in, because they're already in. So now Hannah Stralstova is coming out, and this is the jumper that tied with Dominique Allard yesterday, and here she comes, Jarrett, for her 3 shots at it.
This is actually Hannah from Canada.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Yeah, wrong one. Sorry. No, you're right. Just the wrong picture.
Okay, so we do have Hannah Stralsova coming in for her 3 jumps.
Yeah, with Dominique putting him, stepping up from yesterday and putting out some really good. We're not going to see Hannah back off at all here. She's probably going to go right for it. She knows the conditions are great. Right away, she was down on the 600. Great start. Carrying decent speed, running out a little bit, but good setup. Nice edge into the bottom. Man, she got a hold of that.
Boy, that was a beautiful looking opening jump for Hannah, and smooth from beginning to end. And it's kind of deceiving how far it is as we watch it on video from being down there on the side of the lake watching it, but we'll have a distance here in just 1 second.
You see Janina Bonimon down on the dock getting ready, getting some pep talk.
Wow, 171, 52.3 meters on opening jump for Hannah. So this is really turning into a slugfest with these gals, I'm telling you. And Dominique, you know, just kind of sitting there hanging out, having to watch this. Her 172 is leading right now with 52.5 meters. And Hannah still has 2 more jumps to go.
Yeah, this is when competition is fierce. It's awesome to see these two girls going at it, and it is hard for Dominique to be standing. You know, she did what she can. She upped the mark, and Hannah's got to come out and she's got to wait on the dock. So that's hard.
Alrighty, here we go. Jump number 2 for Hannah.
Decent setup. She still doesn't have the speed to get the huge jump, but not too bad. Turned into the ramp, lost a little bit of distance off the top there.
Well, you could see, Jared, she seemed to be a little bit early on that one and a little bit of split on the ramp, and that's going to take away from a little bit of distance, but you can call it here on the replay.
Yeah, she's not having to edge out too hard, so she's not carrying a lot of speed. She's trying to carry as much speed as possible through the turn, but didn't get quite the clean extension that she got on the first jump, but maybe she had some extra speed on that.
Yeah, it's 174.
53.1 meters, 107.
Well, it didn't look like the jump, but here it is, 174, 53.1 meters. So where she got the extra distance from, I don't know. Slipped on the ramp, it looked like a little bit, and I apparently just hung in there with it. Must have had a lot more pull from the boat going down the lake than it appeared to be for her to get that much more distance out of that jump.
Yeah, that was deceiving. I didn't think she had the speed in the turn to carry through there, and she didn't get the clean extension that she got, so she definitely had some extra speed.
Wow, well, here she comes in for jump number 3, and Hannah has got the ticket right now to go to the Masters.
Wow, she got a hold of that one. She looked like she was in the same place, same hole, but she looked cleaner off the top of the ramp.
Well, watching that third and final jump, it looked cleaner all the way from the beginning, from the turn all the way through the wakes and in through the ramp and in the air. So it'll be interesting to see the distance on this.
Yeah, definitely in the replay here, she actually was edging out a little bit. She was maintaining her speed well, and she definitely got full extension off that. And all in all, everything was a lot better on that jump. I expect that to be a little bit more. Wow, the distance just came in, 177. So that's a huge jump. Awesome to see, and she must be pretty rapt. She's going to the Masters.
Yeah, what a great job. 177, 54 meters, and hats off to Dominique Allard. Dodo, you know, gave it her all, but wow, what a performance by Hannah. And it wasn't, you know, winning by a tenth or 2/10. I mean, she definitely had, you know, 2 bigger jumps at the end of that round, that 174, and then coming out and knocking down a 177, 54 meters. Just an excellent job for Hannah. Congratulations to her, and congratulations to Dominique. She skied extremely well today too. So, you know, both of these gals really doing a super job out there.
Well, actually, I'm probably speaking too soon because the event's not over, right? These girls, everybody can take a ticket, and all these girls are jumping phenomenal. Janina Boneman on the water, and she's capable of jumping really far. I'm not sure what her PB is, but that would be right up there.
Well, she's going to have to up the ante a little bit from yesterday. She jumped a 163 was her best, so she's going to have to add at least 14 feet onto that. And all these girls are capable of going a long way, so it's not over until it's over.
Decent setup. A little early on the setup. I know that she hasn't been jumping a lot, but she's been doing doubles now. She was three-quarter cutting a lot, and probably just trying to find her spot. She was definitely a little early on that one. Decided to let her go.
Well, once you make the turn and you start to attack that ramp, you have to continue to build up your speed, get that pull from the boat, go faster and faster, and there's no letting up on that. So when you've turned, you've got set, you've got your angle coming into the ramp, and you see that if you keep on going, you're going to not be there, and that's exactly what she had to do on jump number one, is let go, because from what we can see, you know, we've got some great perspective here with the great job that Tom's doing with the video for worldwaterskiers.com, and to be able to sit where we are and watch the turn and the cut and the angle all the way into the ramp is amazing, and just a little bit early. So I guess if you were on the sideline right now, you'd be doing that wave saying, bring it down, bring it down.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually a lot safer for her to let go. Once you start cutting and you commit to the ramp, if you get a lot of speed and then you actually start to let up and realize that you're early and you start decelerating, you actually that causes a crash. So it was better for her to just keep cutting, realize where she's at and how early she really is, and then she can bring it down on this next jump. And the first setup here, pulling out to the 600, she'll make that adjustment here and bring it down probably 10 feet and try to be in the right spot.
Well, she's got a beautiful looking setup here, and you can call it, Jared, as she gets ready to make her turn. Here we go. You can kind of tell by their reaction when they land if they thought they really got it or not, and she kind of looked up in the air like she might have missed it a little bit. We didn't get to see the whole jump, so looked good in the air. It's all a matter of what she did coming into the bottom.
So 159 feet on that. We're just waiting for the replay.
Hey, leave the door open. Yeah, leave it open because it gives us a little better signal.
Measure it yesterday.
Microphone.
Can you send them the stuff to Canada, please?
So on that jump, she looked a lot better spot. She had a decent cut in the bottom. She's not too late, but she got really good extension off that. Janine is known for how pretty she comes off the ramp. She really presses really well, but she's going to need to bring it down a little bit.
Well, here we go, jump number 3, and this is the jump, comes down to a one-jump tourney for her right here. Janina's really got to put it all together. Here we go, Jarrett.
Yeah, decent setup. She's still a little bit early. Nice lift. This girl trains harder than anybody I know. She even went to the military this year, and she actually enjoyed it, so I don't know how many people can say that, but she's just not carrying the speed in the turn, not wide enough, not getting free of the boat, but decent jump.
Waiting for the distance here. It was a beautiful jump all the way from the beginning to the end.
162 feet. So she's upped it a little bit on each jump. Just needs to carry some speed to start challenging Hannah for a spot at the Masters.
Yeah, that was a beautiful looking jump all the way to the end. And just like you said, it just needs to get out a little wider, a little later, so that she's turning with a little better angle to the ramp and maybe even a little more speed in the turn.
That's the hard thing in jumping. You got a lot of time on the ramp to get used to that speed. It's not the easiest thing to make yourself go late and not panic, and you want to make sure you do it step by step. Jump kind of goes in waves, and you got to get used to that speed and go to the next level.
And sometimes you just got to have confidence in yourself and just be patient. And, you know, if you're late, you can always let go. You know, that's the thing, and sometimes, you know, that's hard to talk yourself into when you're out there. But in the same token, you know, sometimes you ride that fine line and you got to hang on just to feel what's going to happen. You know, I'm sure you've been there time and time again where, you know, you're zooming in, you go, this is awful close, but there's sometimes you just got to hang on to it and go for the ride and see what happens.
Yeah, especially you get times to some of these tournaments, you get into the finals and you decide that's it, I'm going for it. And here these girls are trying to qualify for the Masters, so it's a big deal. So, you know, these guys are going to hang on, you know, right to the end.
Well, it's got to be the toughest or one of the toughest tournaments to qualify for, because they don't take a lot of skiers. You get your top skiers in the world from the world's ranking list, and you've really got to come out here and perform to be able to get invited to the big show.
Yeah, this is really the record tournament of the year. This is all the best skiers, all dialed in, all trying to qualify for the Masters. So sometimes you'll see better ski. You know, the conditions here are a lot better than at the Masters. So the performances are incredible. So Taryn Grant on the water, getting a really good start. Nice setup. Nice turn in. Good load on the line. It looks like she's a little bit early there at the bottom, but gets nice extension. She just needs to bring it down. She's a little bit on her left shoulder, not letting her ski come through the turn, but I think that's because she's running out of speed.
Well, she jumped 167 feet, 50.8 meters, and was a little bit early, as you said. So, you know, there's a lot of room to move there for Taryn on jump number 2 and jump number 3. Bring it down a little bit more, do the same thing, but, you know, be building all the way into the ramp and keeping your angle and continuing to ski through the jump. And she gets that pull from the boat and that speed coming in with her lift, and she could be off to the races.
Yeah, Taryn's been a solid jumper. She's from Canada. She's one of our powerhouses on the team, and she's had an injury last couple of years, and she's just coming back from it, getting some confidence back on the ramp. But she looks really strong and solid here.
Yeah, that was a good-looking opening jump, and 167. That's a long way to start things off, and let's see how she does as she comes in on jump number 2.
Good setup. She's carrying a little bit of speed here. Nice through the wake. Doesn't quite get the lift. She's probably carrying a little more speed and just feeling that out.
Wow, great turn. Had good angle, very smooth through the wakes and coming into the bottom of the ramp, and seemed to have maybe lost a little bit on the jump. So as we check out this replay, we'll be able to see what happens. But boy, just a dandy turn, and as she's coming through the wake, she looks great.
Yes. Still a little early. She's coming out of the turn, leaving a bit on her left shoulder, not letting that right ski come through, and kind of more like a slalom lane and not quite getting that load on that right ski to be able to get her lift.
Well, a 157, so dropping down on jump number 2. So here it is again, coming down to this third and final jump. What a beautiful towboat. That's Nautique, the official towboat here at Jack's at Sunset Lakes International Ski School, but also the official boat of the Masters, and Nautique sponsoring the Masters tournament has for years. And as you said, it gives the skiers a chance to get out here and get a feel of this gorgeous new towboat as Taryn comes in for jump number 3.
You'll see if she brings it down a little bit on the 6. Looks like she did get a good cut. Still not cutting very long on the second side, so wonder if she's going to get up free of the boat. Nice pull into the bottom. She's still a little bit early, but she kept good direction off the top, and she looked just as far as the other one.
Yeah, that looked like a very clean jump. It's going to be interesting to see the distance on it, but very well controlled all the way from the beginning of the turn and through the ramp and in the air.
Well, 171 feet, so that's a really good jump for Taryn. She kept upping it at each round, brought it down. I don't know how much time she's had on the water, but that was really good to see. Happy to see her back back into the 170s. That's awesome jumping.
Wow, 171, 52.2. So she was right in the thick of it as she wraps up her 3 jumps, and just a great performance by Taryn Grant. And that I'm not surprised to see that last jump as her longest jump, because she was beautiful in the turn, nice and smooth, edged all the way through the wakes and into the bottom of the ramp, had good body position on the ramp, and just kept it going up and forward. And excellent job for Taryn.
Yeah, that's a respectable distance. You know, she made the cut for the Masters. You know, not quite there where the other girls are, but you know it's good to know that you know you're capable of going to the Masters. You could go and hang with them, and the minimum scores are not that easy to meet. These are the best skiers in the world, and hats off to Taryn for getting such a good jump off.
Well, the qualifying jump was 169 feet, so, you know, she had the distance to get, you know, a pass to the Masters. I mean, I think if there's one positive thing you take home from this is that I did jump far enough to qualify. And a couple gals got you, you know, a little bit further than you got to go, but at least you accomplished, I think, the main objective, and it's, you know, to be able to have a performance that would qualify to get you there.
Yeah, for sure. That sets you up for the whole. This is early in the season, and to know that and know you're on the path, you know, to for a great season. That's awesome.
Well, out on the water now is one of the greatest women jumpers of all time, Natalia Bernikova. Travers, and world record holder, world champion, and here she comes in for jump number 1.
Well, that was a pretty good angle. The drone shot there, right, followed all the way in, and Natalia likes to go at it right from the start. I know this girl trains hard. She's a 3-eventer. This, you know, that's what you need for jumping. You see her carrying some good speed, edge out right on her first jump. Like, she's not taking it easy. She's going for it.
Well, that's why she is the world champion and world record holder that she is she's a beast out there.
So 172 feet right on her first jump. Good warm-up. She looked like she didn't quite go through her wakes quite right. She looked like she realized she was a bit early. So again, 172 feet. That's the farthest opening jump that we've seen today.
Boy, she has got it all together there. And, you know, you talked about Hannah and how hard she trained. Natty does the same thing. You know, she is just a hard worker and really gives it everything she can. And, you know, she's coming back from some serious injuries, and to even have her back on the water is amazing of itself. And, you know, married to John Travers, this is her home lake, and it's going to be fun to see her on jump number 2.
I think the rain's coming down a little harder. I wonder if she's having a hard time seeing, but decent setup. Good lift. A little different for Natty here. She's already qualified. She's one of the top jumpers in the world, has already got her ticket to the Masters, so this is definitely a warm-up for her, feeling things out, getting time. Well, it's her home site. She trains behind this boat, but the boat's just been released, so a lot of skiers are still trying to, you know, get accustomed to this boat.
Well, you know, this can be your home site, but still, now this is a tournament. This isn't practice. And 168 on that jump, down a little bit from jump number 1. You can see a little bit of that coming off the ramp with that left ski slipping out a tap. But, you know, you want to come compete, and you can practice all day long, but it's not like having all these girls on the dock that are wanting to go out there and jump far too. And as we can see right now, Jacinta Carroll on the dock getting ready, the world champ, the world record holder, and you know, you want to get out there and ski with all of them. So when you get to the Masters, you've got the competitive feeling already going. You know, we're doing this. You know, I've been in competition. I'm ready to do some more. So I think it's important that she's out here skiing and jumping with the gals, although she and Jacinta have already qualified.
Yeah, definitely skiing with your competitors, and at this level, you get your juices flowing, and that's what makes jumping so great. That's when you see some really big scores, and at a site like this is when you see world records being broke.
and boy, just for the folks watching this to get these beautiful camera angles is fantastic. And got some good speed coming in on that one and got over the front of them and not holding back at all. Natty doing a fantastic job and taking care of business, and be interesting to see what the distance is on jump number 3.
Decent turn, not super late, but went through the wakes really well, right on the corner. Good extension off the top, kind of stiff leg that one, so I don't think it'll be her PB, but it was a nice set.
Well, a 167 on jump number 3, so actually that opening jump for Natty, the 172, 50.2.5 meters, her best jump, and she's going to be happy. You know, they all want to jump farther than they do. You know, you're never happy unless you've jumped farther than you ever have, it kind of seems like, but doing a great job out there, and you know, she's not only a world champion jumper, a world record holder, she's a world champion trick skier and record holder on top of it. So she goes into the Masters really wanting to perform her best in all 3 events.
Yeah, the conditions are pretty good. A little bit of a rain, I think, came down a little bit there for Natty, but we got to have a slight headwind. It actually was a little stronger earlier. It backed off. I know Jacinta was warming up and she was all pumped up. I love this, the intensity that this girl brings to the event. It's incredible. She's going for a world record every time she goes out.
And a couple years ago when she was jumping here at Jack's, set 3 world records that weekend. Set 2 on Saturday, came back and set another one on Sunday. It was just unbelievable, just kept up in the ante, and currently holds a women's world jump record at 198 feet, and that's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing.
Well, when you're coming at that ramp at 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, and the rain's hitting you in the face, it doesn't make you feel so good. So I don't think Jacinta's going to back off here at all. She's just going to go for it.
Yeah, she's got attack written all over, and she's going to come out. There's only one way she jumps, and that's all out. So I expect to see big distances from Jacinta out of these 3 jumps.
Man, she flew right underneath us on the drone shot there. It was a pretty amazing shot.
Well, here you can see how nice and wide she gets. Now, she turns fast, but she doesn't start that hard. The reason she turns kind of quick is you see how she gets her skis perpendicular, and then she just hangs on for the ride. And just lays out over the front of those skis. I mean, it's amazing, but you've been talking about this the whole time with the gals getting up far enough on the boat so that they can release from the boat. And you could see there that she did that. And when she got free from the boat, that gave her the ability to really get those skis turned all the way around to get the most angle that she can in her approach to the jump.
Yeah, she definitely was taking some heat into the turn. She was free of the boat up on the launch. She even did little bit of a snow plow, and she cranked those skis around, and you see how well she went through the wake. She's just like flying through the wakes and right onto her right ski, coming into the bottom. A lot more aggression, and even got tons of extension. Pretty good warm-up jump. Oh my God, like first jump in the rain, 194. That was like, that's a nice warm and opener.
Oh my gosh, 59 meters. Here we go. She gets that turn and she just screams into that jump, and just like about a foot inside the corner. Wow.
She's every time she goes out, she wants to see the boat crew tell her that it's 200 feet. Like you see her come into the turn, she's snow plowing, like she is pushing it into the turn. See her come through the wake straight onto her right ski, and huge extension off the top. Jacinta's been weight training, and she's powerlifting professionally on the.
Oh my gosh, folks. 198, 60.3 meters. So that's either going to be right at her world record, maybe just shy of her world record, or a little farther than her world record. Unbelievable. And I mean, to sit here and to be able to watch this, it's remarkable.
You know, her turn, she's just taken so much more heat. It's almost like a new style for her. She's taken in so much heat into the turn, and she's coming in and she's snow plowing. She's trying to milk at everything and just slam that turn and take all the heat and get as much angle out of the turn as possible.
Well, you know, that snow plow, as she does it, she goes from the plow to her skis coming right together already with that incredible angle.
Yeah, she's almost blending the edge out with her left ski. She's edging out here. She's edging out, and then she's just, as she's edging out, she's already cranking the right ski around, and she just whips in it. Oh, my God, she was right on the corner.
Oh, boy. That was about 2 inches from taking a rudder off that ski.
I don't know. I think she probably left their fin on the ramp there, but incredible jump. And when she probably heard that distance, she wasn't going to back off. She wants 200 feet.
Oh my gosh. 198 feet, 60.2 meters. So she's got a 60.3 meters, a 60.2. She's slapping the water. She's probably thinking, oh, that had to be 200. Couldn't have been any closer to the corner of the ramp. And she's just unbelievable. That's all there is to it, Jared. I mean, that was just incredible.
Yeah, with a rain like that and coming flying into the ramp like that, the conditions were a little bit better earlier, and she was all fired up. I know every time she goes out, she wants to break that 200. She was right there, and pretty amazing to jump. The wind backed off on her, and with the rain, that's some incredible jumping.
Wow, well, it's just even hard to describe, and I have to thank the crew here at WorldWaterSkiers.com, Tom and David Gray doing a great job, and to get the shots, the video shots that we've got to see during this event today were amazing. To be able to be up above the jumper and actually see everything that you're talking about, the turn, the angle that they're getting through the turn and coming into the ramp, and if they're early, if they're late, the pull that they're getting from the boat, these visuals that we were able to see all that really was amazing, and you can really dissect the jump by looking at it like that, and with Jacinta being able to see how wide she did get and how when she snow plowed like she did and went into that immediate turn with their skis getting this incredible angle, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, some incredible skiing this weekend, and the weather and everybody did such an amazing job that it was a joy to be here. It was a little tough with the weather conditions, but we saw some incredible skiing this weekend.
Oh, it's just been amazing, and this is what happens at Jack's. You know, this tournament site just really brings out the best in all the skiers, and even the amateurs that are competing here are having great performances and getting personal best, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere to compete in, and to be able to watch these skiers, the best in the world, try to qualify for the Masters, and there's that only one ticket available, really cranks up the heat in the competition, and in all the events, and the tricking event and the slalom event, and as we saw in jumping with all these gals so nip and tuck, it just doesn't get any better than this.
No, and you hit it on the head. This is ground zero, right? These are some of these tournaments. This is what it's all about. This is what the sport is about. We love it, right? We come here and it's all about family and our extended family, but everybody's pushing each other, and it's awesome. And it's awesome to see these, you know, some of the juniors qualify, moving on to the Masters next weekend, and some amazing scores. And some guys were right there, and but some guys are going. So
some guys are going to Heartbreak Hotel, you know,
right.
because they're just that little bit. I mean, and for Rodrigo, I think that had to be one of his best jumps yesterday. That 227, and to think that, you know what, I just might be going there. And Zach Warden to come jump a 227 and beat him by, 0.2 of a meter was just remarkable for both of them. They both skied so well, and so did a lot of the other guys. They had great jumps out here. And
Well, thanks, Hank. That was the World Water Skiers was pleased to be out here and be at Ground Zero and help all show some of the skiing. That Jack Travers family does such an incredible job, and well, we're glad that everybody tuned in, and we hope that everyone will subscribe and send us comments. And we're trying to really unite the sport here, and it was awesome that you helped us out.
Well, thank you. It's getting to sit here and commentate with you is a dream come true. This is like water ski announcers heaven, getting to hang out with the king of jump and listen to the great insight that you have, being a world champion, a world record holder, and you've been at every pro tournament, every major tournament, you've won them, and to be able to learn from that and the experience and what's it like to be there. We don't know that, and to be able to have you share that with us, what these skiers are thinking and what they're going through out there, what they're feeling, is just an amazing experience, for me and all the people that get to listen to your commentary and hear what it's like out there. And it's been a treat. And I have to say, what World Water Skiers is doing is great. You're creating a big family for all of us to be a part of, whether you just started water skiing or if you're the world champion, so that we can all be kind of in one big family together and help grow the sport, learn more about the sport, and make it better. And my hat's off to you and the Grays and all the other, the Llewellyn family and the Gray family and all the folks that are helping you to make this dream a reality.
Thanks. Yeah, I love the sport, and if we can give back in a way, I know we're not going to do it right from the start. We're going to make mistakes, but this is what coming to these events and helping the kids, and it's not all about the pros. You want to hear from them, want to learn how you move up the ranks, but I've had a great career, and I love to that this is something, this is a pet project of mine, and we're looking for feedback from everybody. We're looking for anybody that has ideas. We're open. We want to make it better.
Yeah, that one little idea from maybe it's a kid sitting on the dock that just thinks of something and it turns out to be
most
fantastic.
of the kids know more stuff about the phone and everything than we do,
Than
right?
we do,
I would
that's
help
for
me out here, but the sport is really hard to capture. It's such a big field, and people don't understand, and that how fast you're going and what it takes to stand on a trick ski. It's a remarkable. These athletes are amazing, and we want to showcase it. We want to show the rest of the world.
And the rest of the world needs to see what incredible athletes the water skiers are, and in all the events. It's just each one of them, you get to watch the best in the world, and it's just fascinating, and incredible athleticism that it takes to be that good compares to, I think, any other sport in the world.
Yeah. Well, we want to sign off, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Definitely go to the website. The videos will be up, and make comments and make posts and share your photos and let us know. So take care, and thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.